Water Funner here. Today I'm working on my '08 Malibu. I'll be replacing the rear brake caliper on it today. So this caliper was seized. I can't even get it to push back in. I've tried, but a seized caliper can create a lot of problems. This is the pad that came off of the inside, and this is the pad that came off of the outside of the rotor, and pretty much pooched. I thought the rotors were in a lot worse shape than this, but you can see they've been ground into, and ground into on this side over here. It's not exactly a nice looking rotor. It started out as a shimmy in the back end of the car, and I should have checked into it a little bit sooner. So if you want to see how I got all of this apart this far, then you need to click on the link right there, and that's my video on how to replace the brake pads and the rotors. So if you click on there, you can get it apart this far, and come back to this video and you can continue. First thing I'm going to do is remove the brake line. I could have taken this off earlier when it was still attached to the car here, and I probably should have done that. If you see, I just took a 2x4 and I slid it down in between the spring, and it's giving me a little bit of a table here to work on. And just going to finish taking out this line here. And I've got an assortment of plugs handy here. I want to plug this off so I'm not going to lose too much brake fluid. I've got a little tray to catch the fluid that does leak out, and put my bolt in there. Doesn't look like any's going to come out, so far. And here it comes. Alright. Plugged off. Okay, I'm going to try and squeeze this together with my channel locks. Okay, I got the tension off of the cable now. Hopefully I left myself enough room here. Maybe I better move the pliers a little bit. There. And should be able to just pull it down and around like that and get it unhooked. There we go. Once the tension is off of there from the cable, this should slip right out. There we go. So this is the new caliper that I got from Clausen Auto Parts, and it comes assembled like this. The bolts are in here, but I choose to put it in separately. I find it much easier this way. So I'm gonna put this piece aside, and this is the one I want. Okay, we'll do this just the reverse of how I got it off. Now, I'm sure there's probably a simpler way. Somebody's probably going to leave me a message and say, oh, that's not it. That's not how you do it. There's a better way. And well, there probably is. There could be. And this seems to be working for me, so this is what I'm going to do. Look at that. There should be. Just got it sitting up inside the spring there. I've got my new rotor on, and always make sure that you clean the rotor with brake parts cleaner. And once you get it on, then just put one nut on. This will keep it in place while you put the brake pads on. And if you don't know how to put the pads on, again, refer to my brake pad and rotor replacement video. So once I get this bolted back on and the pads in place where they should be, then I take the cylinder part of it and just flip it over again. Now these are already pre-greased in here. You don't want to take those rubbers off and add any grease or take any away from there. Just replace the bolts. And then you should torque these down to the manufacturer recommendations, as seen on my brake pad and rotor removal video, of course. So first thing you want to do is, there's a plug on the side. Careful with this, there's a couple of small copper washers that you're going to want back on each side of the line. Keep that for future use, for plugging something off, maybe not like this, but okay, I gotta get this plug back out of here. That seems pretty stuck. Oh, there she goes. You just want to make sure that both of these copper rings are off of this hose before you put it back on, and just kind of clean it up around where the new rings are going on. So one ring I always put on the bolt itself, and this is going to be going on this way, so that's going on there, and then this ring is going on here, and then from there it goes back in to here, and there's only one way that it can go on. So once you get the line all tightened up, and I'm sure there's a torque for that, then you need to take this rubber cap off of here, save this. Always make sure you put that back on. Before you loosen up the bleeder screw, you want to make sure that you've got enough brake fluid in your reservoir, and after you're done bleeding the brakes, you'll want to fill the reservoir once again. And the rest of the information is on the link right there. So once you got the brakes all bled, just replace that rubber cap there and take the nut off the rotor that you got attached, put your wheel back on and torque it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like, and like if you like.